Hey, my name's Jackie Brawls.
Hey, everybody, it's Dunlap.
I got a good sponsor for this one today.
Wait, we just go right into the sponsors?
Yeah.
You ain't even going a little foreplay? A lot of times we like to talk about, like we just get on here and go, hey, Jackie, how was your week or whatever. Throw some bullshit at them right out the gate.
Now people,
Lube them up with some bullshit.
they get tired of that. And some people get tired of that kind of language. That's, don't need
What
to hear
kind
it
of
all the
language
time.
are you talking about?
I got a good sponsor today, and I can't wait to tell y'all about it here. Now, last week's sponsor, it comes from that one, but it ain't the same thing. It comes from Peel Sauce and Company, or CO Company. That's Flex Rankins. You know him. Everybody knows him around these parts. He runs a nice health, fitness, get in shape, run on the thing, the machine sit on the thing, lift
Healthiest Man in Murfreesboro is what he used to call himself.
Yeah. There was posters everywhere.
And let's be honest, that's...
Well, he caught that thing. He couldn't. That was false advertising when he got sick. But, I mean, he's better now. He's fine now. But
it wasn't because he wasn't strong. He just got an intestinal virus.
It's all it was. It wasn't. But,
But you can't show up at a thing like, I'm the healthiest man in Murfreesboro. I'm going to rip his phone book in half. And then like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Where's the bathroom?
What Daily News Journal, I thought, made too much a big a deal out of it. I didn't think that was a big deal. They took pictures of it, healthiest man alive, posters or whatever. Everywhere, and they said,
I remember that, like, healthiest man Murfreesboro, sick in bathroom.
Yep. It happened to him in such a public place, too. Everybody was there, the fundraiser, whatever it was.
Inky, that was when Inky started out. He drew that good picture of him. Like, you know how you draw a cartoon character running real fast, and he drew the lines, a little puff of smoke.
I remember that. Yeah, he was going.
Men's room. He's like, out of my way.
Yep. But, besides that, let's not dwell on that. That's the part of his life that he wants everybody to remember. That ain't.
Well, I think it just shows you, don't fly too close to the sun.
Well, he's a human being for good. If that's a one time he's been sick, then the only thing that's bad is it just happened to be a bunch of paper cameras everywhere. That's the only. But I can't think of any other time that you see him running, jogging, all that, everything he does.
He jokes about it now. That's the only time I ever been sick, but that one time was enough.
Well, yeah, it would be for anybody, wouldn't it? I mean, yeah, it's bad enough just being sick, let alone everybody,
Because it was at the event he founded himself, Healthy Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Which didn't get a great turnout anyway. But he was up there to be the...
They had school children and, they teachers take, gym class, all that stuff. All of them were there.
All the gym classes in Murfreesboro were at the event, Healthy Murfreesboro. And there was somebody dressed like a carrot.
Well, that was the characters that used to be on. The carrot, zucchini, and the cabbage.
That's the Christian vegetables, they called it. It combined healthy eating. That's a problem with Michelle Obama. She combines healthy eating with whatever else she's talking about. It doesn't have anything to do with Jesus.
That's true, yeah. She don't bring that part. Jesus wants you to be healthy. There's a reason to be healthy, not just because she tells you what to eat. Yeah, that's exactly right, yeah.
Yeah, so the Christian vegetables, they said Jesus wants you to be. Now, who was it? It was carrot,
zucchini, cabbage.
That's right. So they make you do a bunch of exercises and they read the Bible to you. Not very popular cartoon characters. But, for a little bit, if there was a Walmart opened here in Murfreesboro, the Christian vegetables would show up there, cut the ribbon. And they'd say, give me 20.
Anything, good for the kids, keep them in shape and teach them about the good Lord.
Give me 20 now. Give me the books of the Old Testament.
Now,
and if you didn't know them, you know how, like, a mascot gets in the umpire's face at a ball game, like fake chew them out. They come out and they do that to you.
Well,
you don't know your books of the Old Testament.
They inspire you to learn that stuff. That's what you ought to. Everybody
Cabbage
knows.
got a temper. Everybody knows that.
Well, he's meanest one out of the three, but still.
He has to learn. He had
the
to learn
other
a
two
lesson.
are just as stern. They're just as stern as he is. He's just louder, meaner sounding voice or whatever. You're getting off a subject, though. He's healthy now. How many years ago was that? That was years
That
and
was
years
3
ago.
years ago.
Yeah, at least 3 years ago.
At least 3 years ago.
And some people still make jokes about he, like you said, he does himself. He knows, everybody knows.
Like, y'all know me, healthiest man in Murfreesboro, and he'll grab his stomach. Oh, just kidding.
Yeah, everybody saw cartoon and heard the stories, but right now he's done so many great things for the Rutherford County, Murfreesboro, Smyrna area. So many events, so many things for children to get them in shape. He had the run mount thing. He got all the kids out there. The run the mountain thing.
Oh yeah,
he got them all out there on buses. He's just done so much good.
He had the buses go up the mountain because it was too hot, so they had the AC on, and the kids were just running up and down
inside the bus. Yeah,
but
the aisle of it.
Technically,
if you run
not false advertising.
No, it wasn't in any way. That's how you get children just started. You know what I mean? Just get them interested, and next thing you know, they ain't gonna need the bus. But same with the
training
zucchini.
Wheels. It's like training. Oh, right.
And
the
cabbage.
Zucchini.
You start right there. Next thing you know, would be nose in the Bible every night, running up mountains and reading the Bible. And if you're making the youth of today do anything remotely like either of those two things, you're doing a good job as far as I'm concerned. And I like to thank Flex Rankins for all he's done. And now he's doing something extra. He's doing something again. And y'all remember last week, pill sauce. And that's, senior, baby, and dog. Just all getting medicine down, the three of those things can be a struggle for everybody. Everybody's gone through something like that. Everybody knows it can take hours and hours and just lead to frustration. But now,
which is the worst, would you say? Senior, baby, or dog?
I don't know.
If I said, okay, Jackie, here's a senior, here's a baby, and here's a dog. They're all very, very sick, and they need their medicine immediately. Which one would you start with? And then the last instruction is pick the easiest one.
Right now, I'd pick them all at the same time because with pill sauce, you ain't going to be fretting over the scenario you just built up in your head. That, pill sauce, they're all ready to take it. Just slide right down your throat, so smooth, and tastes like, it has flavors to it, but it tastes good, and get your medicine in you, and you're going to feel better afterwards. So pill sauce, the sponsor last week.
So this is sauce you put on a pill. Am I understanding this correctly?
I told you this the medicine is in the sauce. You give Flex Rankins your prescriptions. He takes that and he has like his own.
Is he a pharmacist?
Well, in sauce-wise, yes. In that department, he can do. It's so far it is legal for him to do that, and been no complaints whatsoever from anybody I know using pill sauce. It's easy, no more sore throats or cough or scratchy, dog biting you, baby crying, being sick won't take. Now, pill sauce going to go down there, all their throats so smooth, and they're going to feel so much better next day. But that's just a beginning of what Flex Rankins has asked me to refer to as Pill Sauce and Co. or and Company.
I never know when you see that it says and Co. and I just automatically think, you can say Bread and Co. right? But I guess you're supposed to say company.
You're supposed to say company. He said
in my head I've done wrong all these years. I always say Co.
He told me that's exactly right.
Co.
He didn't know either. He said say it both ways just in case.
Just in case.
That's what I'm doing. So it's whatever you want to call it. If it's your own business, if you've been able to in this economy and this what under the current awful president and been able to get your own business up and running, God bless you. You call it whatever you want, coal company. I don't care. But opening up off a square.
Wasn't that Dan Miller had that show? Didn't he used to be on Channel 4, Miller and Co.
Yeah,
folks. If you don't know Dan Miller, long time Channel 4 NBC Nashville news
Now,
anchor.
he's now deceased, but he was just like he was like a relative, like you knew him. He come in your house every afternoon, every night.
You may know him best as Pat Sajak's sidekick on Pat Sajak's
He just did that.
ill-fated.
Just did that for a little while. He didn't do that.
He had a show, like a Charlie Rose show, wasn't it? And it was like a
Is that you?
Miller and Company, but I always called it Miller and Co.
Yeah.
Look at it. Google that. See if that shows up.
I'd
It
like to
probably
see
doesn't.
some. That's clips of the week. If you can find some Miller,
You
I
can
don't.
find some Miller and Co. That will definitely be our clip of the week.
I always like looking at local. All the old Bill Hall. Someone else passed on.
Bill Hall
Beloved.
Fishing Show. Bill Hall, long time Channel 4 news weather person.
Yep.
But
But more than that, a lot more than that, one of the greatest comedy teams of all time. TV history of movies, him and Snowbird, still just thinking about them two being funny on something still brings joy to this old man's heart.
Snowbird, long time Channel 4 NBC Nashville
And nothing
weather
against Snowbird.
mascot.
He's done fine. He's been all right, Snowbird. I don't dislike Snowbird, but whoever
Well,
done
when Martin and Lewis broke up, they both went on to long.
I know, but I just
this is a different situation.
This is a different situation because I didn't like anything either of them two ever did together apart. I
You don't like Dean Martin?
No.
You don't like anything? What about the westerns? Dean
Rio
Martin did?
Bravo, he always played drunk. You know, if he drunk funny or drunk serious. I liked him drunk serious in old Rio Bravo. He's good in that. But, you know, Ricky Nelson looks good in that. You know, so that's saying a lot for everybody there in that one. Just being close to John Wayne to help anybody out, whoever, whatever actor you are.
What about the Dean Martin show where he's always like, drunk on there?
He just seemed like, look at me, I'm drunk. Like, I look in the mirror myself, you know, the time my life when that was on, I'd look in the mirror and be just as funny as him. That's, you know, I thought I was back then, probably wasn't, but.
No, you wouldn't.
Well.
I am. When I get drunk,
No.
I'm funny.
No.
Kids, if they knew who Dean Martin was, would say, you're as funny as Dean Martin.
No.
That's what they would say.
No.
I'm drunk all the time around teenagers, and they think I'm hilarious.
Well, they think you're funny, I mean, but not like that, you know, they think you.
I'll get me a few beers, and I'll go out to whatever convenience store the kids are congregating in, and I'll take my shirt off, and I'll say, hey, let me give you some life lessons, because I'm older, not by much, but I've lived a little bit more than you have, and I can tell y'all what you should do.
They don't.
And I'll pepper in some jokes. I'll
They
pepper
don't.
I'll pepper them jokes in. I'm going to pepper them jokes in.
They don't think,
They think
that's
it's
funny.
funny.
They think it's just you falling off a chair. Half the time your pants, you trying to keep your pants, you lose your. Remember that time they all in there, you lost your belt and you acting like you did.
They took that belt.
Well,
from me.
wherever it was, they was laughing at you trying to keep your pants up when
Yeah.
talking and being drunk. They thought that's the funniest thing in the
That
world.
was funny.
Well, yep.
And then they'd pop that belt like they was going to whoop me with
Yeah,
it.
had you running up and down the
And then
aisles
my
here.
pants would fall down.
Yeah,
That was funny.
That's y'all do it out in the parking lot. Don't need to do it in the store.
One time I drank a cold beer, that condensation, and I had my shirt off, you know, just comfortable. And the condensation cold would kept dripping down on my chest, on my breasts. And I'd go, woo! They thought that was funny because it kept happening. I'd be like, what is that? That was funny, too. A lot of funny classic routines like that.
I don't think Dean Martin on TV doing it, and I don't think you sitting around here doing it. Either one of those, it might kind of funny, but
you looking in a mirror being drunk saying you're as funny as Dean Martin is sad.
well, whatever you want to think it was. That's years ago. I don't do that anymore. A waste of time back in when you're a young man, you full of beans or whatever. But no, I wasn't no funny than he was. Either what I'm saying is, Foster Brooks, the only funny drunk person. Him and Arthur, them two's the only two that's funny to me is drunk. Everybody else, it's not. I don't think it's funny.
They should have teamed up. Do you think when they wrote Arthur, they were imagining it as a Foster Brooks
Well, they
vehicle?
could. I don't know why they had to make him from England or British English.
Right, because
Why they had to make him like that?
we got good old-fashioned American drunks just waiting.
I would normally put Otis in there, but Otis sometimes pitiful, He wasn't always funny. Every now and then you feel sorry. Oh, bless his heart, Otis. You wanted the best for him. You wanted him to get sober. Foster Brooks never wanted him to get sober.
Was Otis drunk? I don't remember. Was he pulling from a flask? You talking about? Oh, okay. I'm mixing up our Otises. I was imagining Superman Otis.
What are
You're talking about Otis.
Oh, Andy Griffith show. What
Andy
the hell
Griffith
are you talking
show.
about?
Well, you said Otis, and sometimes he's
he
funny
acts like he's drunk.
and he's pathetic. And I was like, oh, that's Otis from Superman. Sometimes you feel sorry for him.
All the other drunks, Dean Martin, you say you got a smart mouth on you. Why don't you try to do a show one time where you don't have a drink in you? Otis on Andy Griffith's show feels sorry for, pitiful, like, I wish he'd get sober, bless his heart. He's going before he hurts himself or somebody else.
And he did eventually if the TV movies are canon.
Well, that's what counts. At least to come back, and he had an ice cream truck, ice cream. That's good. That's better than being a drunk, ain't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, I mean, point I'm saying, all the other drunks, like pitiful, say it, Arthur, you don't ever want him to get sober, because in the movie, when he gets sober, that's fall asleep, bored as could be. He's a hungover drunk. And same with Foster Brooks. I never seen Foster Brooks act sober once. Never wanted to.
Did he ever win like a Kennedy Center honor or anything like that?
He should have. If he ain't, he should have.
Because he probably was sober at that, or acting sober, or whatever.
He ought not just get that drunk too. I don't want to see him sober. But Arthur and Foster Brooks, drunk as can be. That's funny right there. The rest of them, I don't.
I'm going to say Otis from Superman may have actually been drunk. Now that I think about it. It explains a lot.
He act drunk, yeah.
But I don't think Lex Luthor would put up with him drinking that much on the job.
Yeah.
He might, but then why would he put up with him?
Look what he did put up with. How's that going to make it any worse?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't
There's
matter.
no reason to have him around. That's stupid.
Whatever, that is a fatal flaw in Lex Luthor.
If he did drink, at least he have an excuse. Well, he's drunk. If I don't give him a job, nobody's going to. But other than that, he just no reason to have him around.
No actual evil genius vying for world domination would have an incompetent henchman like Otis. If Donald Trump was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's like, and this is my henchman, Otis. And then Otis comes through and trips over something like, sorry, Mr. Trump. Like that, you would be like, well, I'm not going to vote for him.
Yeah. It's like a running mate or something. Yeah.
Does he come with you? Like, yeah, Otis is my, you're not going to do that. You're not going to go Trump if Otis comes with him. But people voted for Obama, and Biden is basically Otis.
And he is. In the movie, Lex Luthor's never defends it to anybody. Nobody ever asked him, what the hell you got this idiot for?
Why didn't Superman say, you're supposed to be smart, but...
He's polite like that. He ain't going to, Superman's always, even when he's thinking something like that boy ain't right or whatever, he ain't going to say it, But Dave Martin...
That's what people love about Superman.
Well, that's what used to, before it started, just killing everybody. But Dave Martin, Jerry Lewis, never thought they was funny. Never touched a candle to old Bill Hall Snowbird. You get on there, that's a clip a week all the time, too. Them two together are funnier than all of them. Abbott Costello, Three Stooges, they are just as good.
So Miller and Co.
No.
And Snowbird and Bill Hall.
Those are
our clips of the week.
I'd look at Miller and Co. I'd rather just laugh, it'd be something funny. I don't want to laugh at Dan Miller,
Did he ever have Snowbird on as a guest?
I'm sure if he had both of them on guest, that's what I want to see.
What if there's a Miller and Co. with Foster Brooks?
I'd look at that too, yeah. But this sponsor now, Flex Rankings, pill sauce, everybody loving it. Now, right off a square, open up a restaurant, caters to people with trying to keep their health up or people that maybe need a little help with the health, and it's called the Medicated Table is the name of it. The Medicated Table, and they'll serve just about anything. You take your medicine down to the medicated table, pass it over to Flex Rankins, his wife, June Rankins. She helps run the restaurant. Drop off your medication. Tell them, how often you need to take it, that sort of stuff. I mean, save some if you do have to take it all the time. But, mix it up a little bit. Everybody has to get up in the morning and take a big handful of pills for this or that or whatever. Treat yourself to something nice. Treat you something to a delicious meal at the medicated table. Go on down there 3 days beforehand. Drop off your medicine. Tell Flex and June Rankins your favorite meal. What is it you love? You like pizza? You like chicken? Whatever it is, steak. You tell them. They'll take it down. They'll take your order. Now, 3 days later, get down there, sit down, enjoy a delicious meal by candlelight, and all of your medication that you need to take is going to be in that food right there, and it's going to be cooked in it just a certain way that you ain't going to be able to tell. Swallow it down. It's going to be a delicious meal. First off, don't even think about your medicine being in there, but just be thankful that it is. So the medicated table, get down there, Flex and June Rankins. If you like me up in age, or if you just got a chronic situation that you always got to be taking medicine for whatever reason, get down there, drop some of it off at the medicated table. 3 days later, get down there and eat the best meal you ever had in your life and feel better after eating it. The medicated table.
3 days later.
Well, it takes, they have a way of cooking it, slow cooking it, in whatever meal you request, so the medicine's in it just right. It takes it, you don't want to rush that process there.
I can take a bottle of pills to a McDonald's drive-thru and shove a pill in a fucking quarter pounder.
Hey, watch your mouth.
And be eating that in like 90 seconds.
What? Go to McDonald's. Why do you think you look at like you do now? I'm talking about people who want.
What you mean.
Some people like fine cuisine. Some people want to treat yourself. Every other day go down there and do that. But be nice to yourself at least a couple times a year.
So this is not an everyday, every meal source. This is a special occasion.
Well, if you're lucky enough,
medicated
if
food.
You can afford that sort of thing, it's like I said, by candlelight, it's almost romantic, kind of. That's what there's somebody playing a piano in there. It's like that.
So we could have a large party in there too. Like you could have a birthday celebration. Everybody could come. Everybody could bring their medicine and they'd cook their medicine in the food.
Just make sure everybody gets their medicine there at the same time, so one person ain't left out. If you all get there at the same time, 3 days later. Have your function, have your birthday, have your, wedding,
Can I just
whatever.
take a prescription in, and do I have to actually hand them the pills, where they fill the pills and put them in?
You go down there and work that out with Flex and June, and they're going to take care of you. He's handled all kinds of medicine all his life. Handling medicine is what he does for a living, as well as keeping people in the tip-toppest of shape.
And cooking.
Yeah, and cooking. Yeah, that's June, jump in there. It's delicious too. I took down there, took some of my, blood pressure stuff and some of the stuff for my feet, and that's what one thing. See, because the stuff for my feet's a salve. I was like,
how'd they do that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was making a joke. I said, well, I'll bring my salve, my foot, and he goes, bring it, and I said, well, I ain't gonna eat. He said, no, I'll take the medicine out of that and put it in. Yeah.
Well, they put it on your foot? The food on your foot?
No, it's the medicine that's good for my foot is in the food. I eat it, and then it goes down to my foot, inside of me.
That is not... Why? You can't take a foot salve and cook it up. And
you don't know. You don't know the first thing about it. Don't sit here.
Well, that's true.
Revolution. I mean, you
so
wait and see.
He cooked a salve, and you eat it? He cooked a foot salve.
He took the medicine out of it. It just wasn't a salve. It's not like he just threw the salve on a skillet and burned it up. No.
Are you sure?
It takes 3 damn days. It takes process.
Well, that's true. You can do a lot in 3 days.
He can boil it down, not boil it literally. I don't know how he cooks stuff. I don't know. But
Is your foot okay?
My foot's just fine. Didn't have to put salve on it that day. Had a delicious meal instead. You know, you get up in age like me, your day is rub this on that. Take those 4 at noon. At around 3 o'clock, make sure you take that and do that. You know, as one whole day I didn't have to do anything. I just sat down for a delicious 7-course meal.
Well, when you put it like that, I guess.
Yeah.
Like any
Treat
day
yourself.
you don't have to rub salve on your foot. Instead, you eat it in a stroganoff or whatever. That ain't bad.
I'd use it. He recommended. I wouldn't know how to eat. She called it a brisket, whatever. But it was good. It was delicious. Medicated Table. If you want some good food in you, and you need a little help on the health side, that's where you go. Flex and June Rankin's Medicated Table, right off a square. Treat yourself. Don't be sick all the time. Treat yourself. Go on down there.
I have one more question. What if I take a date and we both order meatloaf with gravy, potatoes au gratin, cheesy broccoli, something else with some cheese on it, maybe
Whatever
some
kind of
cheese
food.
bread.
It's whatever you want.
What if we order exactly the same thing, and then they bring it out to us, and how do we know they ain't mixed it up and put her medicine, her birth control pills, say, in my medicine, medicine food?
First off, I don't want to know what kind of medicine. You asked for example. I said foot salve. I don't want to hear about somebody's birth control, whatever it is you taking. It don't matter what the medicine is.
Women's health issues are going to be a very important part of this election, Jackie.
Well, I don't disagree with that. I think that's important, yeah. But I don't have to hear about it. That's a woman's department.
Oh, you say right. Okay.
I hope, takes care of whatever it'd be nice if she could take care of herself without me having to pay for all of it, but,
I don't know if that's...
Medicated Table, delicious. If you went down there, if both of y'all went in separately 3 days beforehand, she ordered the same meal as you did, you ordered the same meal she did, it takes 3 days. In 3 days' time, ain't going to be a mix-up like that. They're going to do everything just right. Hadn't been any mix-up so far.
You have to order your food 3 days in advance, too.
Well, of course you do. How the hell is he going to know how to cook it
what
in
if
something?
What if you don't want meatloaf with brown gravy in 3 days?
Think ahead. Figure I don't want that.
How are you going to think ahead to what you want to eat 3 days from now? You know what you want to eat 3 days from now?
You know what? I'll have... Yeah, I know certain things I like, and going to have at least probably once a week. I like turkey pot pie, chicken pot pie. I eat that anytime. That's something to look forward to, no matter what day of the week it is.
Tuna casserole. I'm always down
that
for
stuff's
that.
good too.
Yeah,
they'll do it up.
And meatloaf with brown gravy and
that's good. I like
potatoes au gratin and cheesy broccoli, something else with cheese and cheese bread. Yeah, that's good. That's good anytime.
Yeah.
Well, I can't find any holes in this medicated table.
Because there ain't none. I just, stay healthy. Do what the doctors tell you. Bring your prescription. Bring some medication down to the medicated table. Go back 3 days later. Have the most delicious meal you've had in a while, and not have to worry about taking all that medicine, getting your pill keepers getting all messed up. Just go have a nice meal. Treat yourself. If you're that sick, you deserve it.
If you're that sick, you deserve it. That's Medicated Table.
Yeah.
I got a sponsor, Jackie, this week that I think you're going to enjoy.
I don't know about that.
Boat Around the Square. You regular listeners out there are familiar, of course, with Murky Shellbacks and his wife, Trudy Patricia. Murky Shellbacks always got a new boat. Loves to show it off.
I guess if you really enjoyed Boat Around the Square, you'd like it going down there every week, because it'd be a damn different new boat all the time. I wouldn't go do it.
Loves to show it off. Never seen it in the water, just drives it around. His wife, Trudy Patricia, who I went to school with, she looks good.
All right.
Folks, she looks good. That baby, ain't hers. Of course, and the baby, her sister's baby, riding around with them up in the cab.
It's in a baby seat. It's, strapped in. It's fine. It ain't like it's...
Always crying.
Well, that don't matter where it is, whether it's in a cab or it don't matter where that baby is.
Trudy Patricia in the back wearing her bikini, looking good.
All right, just
pointing at things like a Price is Right model. And Murky got that PA system, telling people, like, look at this magazine rack on my boat. Also, look, there's that divorce lawyer on the square. Just pointing out things on the square, things in his boat.
It's got a little history to it. Now,
so this is Boat Around the Square. They will drive you around the square. You get to ride on the boat, look at things, touch the magazine rack. Be careful, though. Murky doesn't like people to get too handsy with the stuff. And, of course, last time we talked about Boat Around the Square, we also talked about Dilly Mule Rider.
Yeah.
Who was also going around the square.
I don't know how that situation's going. I'd do my best to just bypass the square when I'm coming into work. Sometimes I used to, go through it and wave hi to everybody. You see just about everybody. But nowadays, you be traffic.
Really, really, really screwed up.
It's
traffic.
stopped up right now. I don't.
Well, it should be getting better, folks, because you know that there was an accident with Dilly Mule Rider carriage around the square.
Bless your heart, yeah.
And we lost a couple more horses or mules or whatever she had left. So
Toby, yeah.
Murky Shellbacks felt, even though he said he was not responsible, he's got a temper, but so does Dilly Mule Rider.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you got two people with a big temper and you think, oh Lord, here it comes, big throwdown, they find it's peace through strength, folks. Dilly Mule Rider knows that Murky Shellbacks is not going to back down. Murky Shellbacks knows Dilly Mule Rider not going to back down. So they worked out a compromise. Murky felt a little bit responsible, though he'd never admit it. But that's what Trudy Patricia told me. We've been meeting for coffee, and she told me he felt a little responsible. Sometimes at night when he cries,
What?
in the middle of the night, she tells me a lot of things that are going on with Murky.
What the hell?
I mean, the boat thing is really just to cover up a lot of insecurity. I mean, not to be an armchair psychologist, but she told me that. He says that at night when he cries. So what they did was, right now they've attached the carriage, since Dilly doesn't have nothing to pull it anymore. They attached the carriage to the back of the boat.
On the back of the boat, yeah.
So he's pulling in his truck the new boat. Trudy Patricia on the boat pointing to things. Baby in the cab crying. And Dilly Mule Rider's carriage, she's going around. Now you can, if you buy a ticket to say carriage around the square, you can start off with Dilly, then inch your way onto the boat.
Well, they had like a special kind of thing. Like I said, I ain't been down there. I've been informed, but like a one price, two thing admission sort of thing. So many tickets get you on both. I can't.
Yeah, you can't get in the cab with Murky and the baby,
Well,
but you
no.
can do the you
On
can
the
do
boat
it with
and the
Dilly.
carriage, yeah.
Yeah, and on she does have new animals. They're just too sick to pull the carriage. So there's one on the in the carriage with you, the miniature horse, and then on the boat is the mule, the new mule.
And she got one of them little Shetland ponies, right?
I don't know what
The little kind of horse. Those are adorable.
Something happened. We don't know if this is just like a regular horse. Something happened during the birthing process, or we're not sure. It can't pull nothing. She was like, well, it kind of come as a package deal, but the mule, the new mule, is real old and can't pull nothing. It's probably gonna have to be put down. So that's why it's sad. I hate to hear that, but right now they've got that in the boat, and Trudy Patricia takes care of that mule like it was her own child.
She always had a big heart for animals. Bless her heart. She's gone through a lot of
more than she
tragedy,
does her sister's baby, but she really does like pay attention to that.
Yeah.
to New Mule, who's real old. And Dilly Mule Rider, she's got her hands full back there with that weird little horse.
I want to see if this one of them little Shetland things. Those are adorable. It's cute. Wizard of Oz bring out the little Munchkin people. Remember they got a little horse. It just comes out trotting out, bringing just a bunch of little ones behind it. I love it. That's an old one, but a good one there. That Wizard of Oz. It's funny.
So they Dilly Mule Rider's carriage around the square. Come see her carriage attached to the boat around the square, attached to the truck. Trudy Patricia, Dilly Mule Rider.
And before y'all get taking a ride, make sure you take your vitamins or your medicine or whatever. Get over to the medicated table right there on the square for you. Get on board. Just do it all while you're there, right?
Is she dating Wesley Press again? Did we figure out?
I don't know. I saw them together one time, and then next time I don't know. It ain't my business to keep up with their personal whatever. But at least I saw them together talking, so that's a good sign either way. Whether they're together or not, should act like normal, regular human beings and get along.
Because this weird little horse name is Wesley.
Oh, is it? Well, that's a good name for a little horse. Wesley's fine name as any for a little.
Can you imagine that? Hey, Wesley, the little horse come running around.
He's trotting around. He's trotting like he's a big horse. He don't know the difference.
That's what's funny is how they get mixed up and they think
think they're a big regular horse. Like, I'm pulling around. They don't even know it's midgets that they're pulling in that movie. They probably think old Dorothy, the giant or something, come, scared of her. But they don't know. They think it's a regular-sized horse pulling up regular-sized people.
Yeah, and that's what the Wizard of Oz is all about.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, Jackie Bros.
Hey there, Dunlap.
That's you, yeah.
We're both here. Me and Jackie.
Every time you come down to do this on Sundays.
Episode 144.
5, isn't it?
4, 5. Episode 145.
Thought you said 5 earlier.
I was looking at the wrong.
I lost count so long ago since we've been doing this, I can't.
145 weeks, Jackie. Can you believe it? When we started this, I didn't even think you'd live for another 145 weeks.
Hey, watch your mouth.
145 weeks. We'll be coming up on. Do we have to do anything special for our 150? Are we seriously at 150 episodes in 5 weeks?
Something like that. I can't keep up with all of it. I don't know.
150 episodes. Does that deserve some kind? Is that some sort of celebration?
That's the first one we'd be on film. You film it, right? Put the camera on it.
Can we do that in a month? Yes.
That's that. Well, that's a good way you said.
150th. All right, we'll say it. 150th after we add our Kickstarter, and we're gonna get all this fancy, good, hard equipment with all that good, hard money we got.
Yeah.
Thank you all again.
Oh yeah, appreciate that.
So that's coming through.
So they gave it to you for a reason. Ain't like just think that's what they want. They expect you to put the camera in here to film this. That's what we said was going to do.
So we'll see how that changes things. We'll be interested in your feedback.
And might as well enjoy this one like it is, if that's at all possible, because it ain't going to be like this no more.
Now, we're still going to put up the podcast, audio podcast.
Yeah.
All we're doing is recording it on video, so you can look at it too. If people may not even like this, there may be absolutely no reason to do that.
Well, they gave us money for it either way, so.
But I never heard anybody say, like, I can't wait to see the part where you start filming the podcast. I didn't get that feedback when I think about it. I don't think anybody was super excited about that.
I don't remember anybody saying anything.
But you know how you look at Rush Limbaugh and he's filmed?
I don't want to look at him. I like listening to him. He's better than someone to listen to in my mind.
I think we may fall into that same category as people who are better audio only. But we're going to give this a shot and see if people like it. Us filming the podcast, putting them up. Probably put the audio podcast up first. Then a day or two later, we'll have it.
However we're supposed to do it, we'll see. 150, right?
I guess
that'll
be
the first
episode
one.
150.
By that time, we'll have all that stuff, whatever it is you're going to need, and I got to clean up in here. It's got to be. It's a mess. I don't want nobody to take pictures down in here. I had to do something with all that papers, all them papers.
So we got, we'll just throw them away. You don't need them papers.
I'll find stores, I'll put them somewhere.
You don't need them newspapers from 1982.
History.
You don't need a damn Nashville banner. Well, it ain't even existing anymore.
History's, I know that's the reason why. I know it don't exist. It does. And right there it does. See?
Why do you need all these old Ralston Purina bags?
Well, just good that they don't make those bags like they used to. They're flimsier now. Those are old Ralston bags, and the little strings tied in that keeps that. That's good. Those sacks are always going to be around.
Why do you need all these bread sacks?
There's different reasons for bread sacks. I'll cover your hands, cover your feet. In case of flood, anything. Tons of things you can do with bread sacks.
There's a flood. This down here is going to flood. How you going to get down to get your bread sacks?
Well,
float up to you?
It may have a certain thing set up down here that might be exactly what happens. You don't know.
Why do you have these half-eat jelly jars?
Are they half-eat?
Yeah, these like a thin layer of jelly in every one of these damn jars at the bottom.
Well, I don't want to throw it out. If there's a little bit left, I won't throw it out yet.
It's not even, it's gross. It's growing green mold and shit on it.
Well, I'll clean it out. I'll get around to it.
You take it down to wash jars.
I ain't taking a damn thing down there. No, sir. Not the way they treat me. Nope.
You really gonna... These used paper towels that you let dry out after you wash your hands with them.
What? It's just like Take Two. It's
These Take Two takes good care of their dryer sheets. Their used dryer sheets. These paper towels have been down here since I've been coming down here. They're old and brittle.
We use it one time, and most people just throw it away like everything else.
Yes,
I don't know.
That is how they are designed.
I'll use that. If I spilt something, you spilt beer or something, you grab one of them wadded up paper towels, clean it up right now, sitting right there waiting for you. I ain't got to run upstairs to get a whole new roll. Use that till it's used up.
It's the cheapest paper towels they make anyway.
Well, why should a paper towel cost a bunch of money? That's a cheap one's good as a bounty any day. I don't need to have some lumberjack man mustache looking at me thinking, I got the good. It's the same damn. If it says paper towel on it, I'm quicker to buy it than look at him or whatever other character on them. It don't make it. That's just more money.
Cheap paper towels. He's got paper towels. I've used paper towels upstairs and spilled something. Yo, give me that paper towel. Before it starts disintegrating, before it even gets to the water. If it's just in the vicinity of wetness, it's like evaporating.
Oh, you don't know first thing about it.
And these down here must be a little better quality, but not much.
When have you ever reached for a paper towel to clean up anything? I ain't ever seen you. The only time you clean up is when I catch you drinking over a 12-pack. You gonna mop up around here, but you ain't seen.
If I spill something, it's gonna get on my phone or my magazine.
Oh, bless your heart, yeah.
And then I'll clean it up. Sometimes I just skim it off onto the floor with my arm. You know how you skim it off?
I've seen you do that, yeah.
Just kind of skim it off. Like my arm, like the table is a windshield and my arm is a windshield wiper and the beer or whatever fluid that is on the table is the rain. And I just skim it off.
Wow.
and it goes on the floor. And then the table's just a little damp. But I skimmed most of that off.
Well, I'm going to clean up down here. Ain't going to be no skimming or nothing. I got to at least make a space where you can put... Right now, you couldn't put no camera in here if you want to.
It's a health hazard is what it is.
Well, this ain't for the public. It is you the only one come down here.
Why you got all these ice bags, empty ice? Was there
That's
ice
plastic.
in these bags that melted and run out?
Maybe, I don't know. Either
What,
way, the
you
bag's still in good shape.
You save way too many different kinds of bags.
There's
Feed
always
bags.
going to be in the need for bags. If you got to hustle and you got to go quick, and I got to run home and get my suitcase and all my... No, sir. I got enough bags here to get me. And I don't know how many people to safety and back and be able to take some toiletries with them.
Mm-hmm. Don't go get your suitcase. Use this bread sack.
Yeah.
You got it all figured out, don't you?
Well, more than some, less than others.
You know what I like to watch burn back in the days when you could just burn your garbage? Bread sack.
Why do you burn up bread sack? Why
just-
do you just go burn it up for?
It just looked, I just like the way it burned, that plastic just kind of melt and it just stretch the face of the Sunbeam girl out.
Yeah.
I just always like to watch a bread sack burn. I'd go do it right now. I think you got to call the city and get a permit. What has happened to this world?
Ted and Ralph would go down there. You take. I don't know if you can burn that plastic back there. Can they still burning, ain't they?
I think
Out
so.
back,
They'll
yeah.
do it. They'll burn whatever.
Well,
you
don't
take
say
'em.
something that get them in trouble. I won't do that. But they have a permit to burn something down there. They burning, yeah.
Oh man, maybe for my birthday, what I'll do is I'll grab me up a bunch of these old bread
Not
sacks.
not from down here. You won't know. You go eat a bunch of bread somewhere and you get your own bread sacks.
I might do that too.
Well, you do that because these here are spoken for.
We referenced a lot of local Murfreesboro merchants
Yeah.
in this conversation. We talked about Ted and Ralph. We brought them up in the burning
Yeah.
place they own now. And we talked about who the other people we talked about.
Sunbeam girl.
Yeah, no, she's not a...
Didn't she originate Murfreesboro?
Well, who was she based on?
I don't know. Somebody. Which one is it? Bunny Bread, local, or Sunbeam?
Folks.
Ain't nothing as good driving by Sunbeam or Bunny Bread factories. Get that smell in your nose. Fresh baked bread. That's about as good as it gets right there.
Are you a good baker?
I
know you're terrible at making barbecue.
That ain't my area. I ain't much of a baker. I don't do cakes or nothing like that. I'm lucky to get some biscuits or eyes every now and then. Maybe some hot cakes, something like that. Cornbread. I can do that in a skillet.
Sunbeam brand was launched in 1942, first marketed in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Well, that's not local, then, is it?
Sunbeam girl.
Who's that based on, though? I don't know. I wasn't necessarily saying that she's based on someone from.
Sunbeam's longtime mascot is called Little Miss Sunbeam, based on a young Ellen Barkin.
What?
I'm just assuming.
What are you?
No, it says in 1942, illustrator Ellen Segner, that's where Ellen, was commissioned by the Quality Bakers of America to create, folks, you may want to pull over because you're really going to want to focus for the next 30, 45 seconds of me reading this paragraph about the Sunbeam girl. And I don't know if you divide your attention, this is important stuff.
You believe anything that you read off your phone, don't you? I don't know what
you
to...
dispute. Listen to how over 6 months she submitted hundreds of sketches before coming across the girl who would become the first Miss Sunbeam in Washington Square Park, close to Segner's studio in Greenwich Village.
Was she drawn different girls?
You couldn't do that today. You couldn't just go around and say, hey, I work for the Quality Bakers of America, and I'd love to sketch your daughter. Here, have her put this bread in her mouth.
No, wouldn't. No.
The image of the holiday Little Miss Sunbeam first appeared on a billboard in the 1950s. Flowers Foods, the largest distributor of Sunbeam bread, has used this image of Little Miss Sunbeam on billboards and bread bags during the holiday season in their Sunbeam market since 2001. So I guess she's just going around saying, with just stacks of buttered bread, and saying, what a beautiful little tyke.
Stick this in the mouth.
And give me an hour. Let me get my pencils out. I guess it helps that she's a lady. If you get
that little girl got paid for that, I hope.
I hope so. You know how people are.
At least the hour that it took to draw her, hopefully more than that. You know, people, they just get lawyers involved. You take my picture, put it on any product. I'd have something to say, especially if it's my youngin' too. Yeah.
Yeah, she should have been able to retire.
I'd hope so, yeah. As many bread sacks she's been on.
I mean, if you just measure fame by how many bread sacks you've been on.
Ain't nobody bigger than her. She bigger than Mickey Mouse, all of them. Beats Coca-Cola, all, just, yeah. Now, Bunny Bread, he's good too. That's Rabbit, but still, he's not a real person, obviously. Not real, because he's don't have clothes on, Bunny Bread.
In 1919, brothers William Howard and Joseph Hampton Flowers, this is Flowers Bakery, they became the sixth bakery in the U.S. to franchise Sunbeam bread. I'm trying to find out about, they're connected to Bunny Bread, too. I'm on the damn.
They come up with all of them in. Well, I'll be damn.
Trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. Live on this podcast. I'm trying to figure out about Bunny Bread.
That's what I said. Bunny Bread, remember?
No? Was that what they did?
Yeah. That's what I said.
Oh, here it is. That's what he's saying. I don't know if he's got clothes or not. I just see his head. I don't know what's underneath.
But it don't look like a real. It looks like a cartoon, right? He looks like a.
Oh yeah, here. No, he's naked. Look, he's pushing this cart full of bread.
Okay,
oh, that's my kind of rabbit. This website is good. They got a kids corner on the Bunny Bread website. Let's see what the Bunny Bread website of the week is. The Bunny Bread Kids Corner.
I don't speak on websites. I don't anything on a computer. I don't speak. So video, you see it, know what it is.
Wait, they've got some ringtones on here you can download.
Bunny, is it got that song? See, it's got That's What I Said. Bunny Bread.
Love our ringtone. That's what I said. Bunny Bread. Let's see if this
works.
Let's
hear it.
That's what I said. Bunny Bread.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Bunny Bread.
Bunny Bread.
That could be your ringtone when my phone goes off. If I wanted it to.
I don't know why you'd want to do anything else.
I don't either. Oh, I'd want to do anything else. Let's see what the other ringtones are. Instrumental. Okay, that was the That's What I Said Bunny Bread ringtone. We're about to play the instrumental.
That's just the music.
Yeah, just the music.
Without him singing it.
That's what I said.
No.
Bunny Bread.
That's not.
Him.
Oh.
That's what I said. Bunny Bread. Bread. That's it, yeah.
There you go.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Bunny Bread.
That's weird they start out with him. They say instrumental.
Bunny Bread. Yep.
So that's a couple ringtones you can get from the Bunny Bread website. I don't know if you guys... We had a lot of news we want to talk about, but... Oh, Funny Bunny. Full Bunny Bread jingle ringtone. Let's see here.
What?
It says Funny Bunny.
Funny?
Let's see.
That's what I said. Bunny Bread. Sing out for freshness and for flavor, too. Bunny Bread brings it home to you. Bread like you like it for your hungry crew. Baked every day the Lewis way. Take home a bunny when you shop for bread. That's what I said. Bunny bread.
Yeah, well, that's kind of funny.
I mean, it's kind of funny.
It's not the funniest thing. It's funniest out of the ones you played so far. I'll give him that.
Wait.
Take home a bunny when you get some bread. What is
that what he said? Oh,
take,
hold on.
Take home some bunnies.
That's what I said.
Always starts out that way.
Yeah.
So you know.
Whether it's funny,
Fresh
it's
descent for flavor too.
flavor. Huh?
Bunny bread brings it home to you. Bread like you like it for your hungry crew. Baked every day, the Lewis way. Take home a bunny when you shop for bread.
Yeah, take home a bunny.
That's what I said. Bunny bread.
Yeah, take home a bunny when you shop for bread.
Bread like you like it. What? I don't know. Who wrote that? I hope they're making money.
Well, if it's on, yeah, if you can put it on your phone, you should be getting paid for it.
They got recipes. They got nutrition. They got story time.
Yeah, old bunny bread's good.
There's
good
two.
songs, good bread, yeah.
Okay, here's the stories on the Bunny Bread website. You tell me which one you'd like to. There's 5 options. I'm not going to read all 5 stories. That would be ridiculous. But I'm going to let Jackie pick the damn
Story? What do you mean a story? A bread story?
I don't really know what's about to happen. All I know is on the kids' corner of the Bunny
kids.
Bread website.
Oh, okay, for children or
It
something.
says story time. And then there's a picture of 5 or 6 books.
Yeah.
6 books, I think. And they got a different story. And I thought maybe I would read a little bit of one of these stories, just a sample. Jackie, here are the options.
Yeah.
Bunny was bored.
Yeah.
Bunny makes deliveries.
Huh?
He's got the truck, and he's about to open up that door. I don't know what's going to be in there.
Taking bread to everywhere, yeah.
Making bread the bunny way.
Yeah.
And there he's cooking. He's got a giant oven. Like, too big of an oven, really. I mean, the heat in there must be unbearable.
Make a lot of bunny bread, though. You have.
That's true.
There's a lot of it you got to get.
Bunny makes a snack,
Yeah.
and he's got a loaf of bread and some fruits and vegetables and a couple pieces of bread, maybe a sandwich. I can't. Oh, and Bunny takes a hike, and it looks like he's got some friends in this one, a raccoon and a
Exercise,
porcupine.
Yeah. Well, I don't hear about him backing up a truck.
Okay.
When he got an animal and they always behind the wheel of, that's usually not, it's for fun, it's silly, but that all makes me laugh. Usually, if an animal driving a motorcycle, car, or something like that. Let me see.
I'm not going to say we're the first person to ever click on this, but I'm going to say we're in the first 5.
Well, that's an honor then, yeah.
One bright summer day, Bunny loaded his bread truck with many loaves of bunny bread right from the oven.
Yep.
He was delivering them to a house across town for a party.
Yeah.
And they got a picture of the truck here. You can't see inside of it, but he's standing behind
Well,
it.
they just said what was in it. They said it's bread, so, that's his job.
That's going to be some party. As he set out, driving and whistling to himself, he saw a young boy on the side of the road. This boy's wearing, I don't know what era this is set in, but it looks like, he's wearing, Depression. He looks like he's wearing, overalls. It looks like,
Well, you said bunny bread started in what year? This could be how old? Cause
yeah, maybe the story. Well, the truck, though, it looks up to date, and I think they photoshopped some of these images, so I'm not sure. But it looks like, what's that movie with Danny Glover and the Depression, and he comes to the house, and,
What?
you know the movie I'm talking about? The farm, doesn't he help out on that farm? Or maybe he owns the farm?
So you talking about old blind man's in there, too. Places in the Heart.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, this
Yes,
kid
good,
looks
yes.
like he's from Places in the Heart.
Side of the field had to bring him
Yeah.
up. Yeah, and they took that blind man out there. He had him out there picking cotton, too, whatever it was he's growing.
Yeah, they were in trouble. Well, this kid, maybe he belongs to that family. Was there a kid in it?
This kid, she had kids, blind man, and a lethal weapon come by the house.
He saw a young boy on the picture this. As Bunny set out, driving and whistling to himself, he saw a young boy on the side of the road, waving at him. Oh, don't pull over, Bunny. It could be a trap. Bunny stopped his truck and pulled over. Damn, he's too
can't
nice
do-
for his own good.
Can't pull over for every little poor kid. It breaks your heart when you see like.
But you can't do it.
But you can't. You'd be pulling over every when you see a child dressed like that, like an orphanage, sad. All I'm saying, I can't blame him. But this.
But 9 times out of 10, if you see a kid dressed like orphanage poor, it's a trap. They gonna try to steal all that bread, like damn.
Well, I hope that's
Good
not
fellas.
Well, tell me how it goes. And now I'm worried about him. Now I don't know.
I smelled your fresh baked bunny bread, said the boy.
That's what I was saying earlier. That's how I got on this driving by the factory. Taking
Maybe
that,
this
reading
is
that
you
in.
as a little boy.
No, it ain't me as a little boy. Why am I going to be in a store as a
I
little
don't
boy?
know. It'd be weird, but weirder things have happened.
Well,
I smelled your fresh baked bunny bread, said the boy. I love bunny. Could I have a loaf to use for my breakfast toast?
need a whole loaf. You don't have big gravy. If you toast, you just get a couple.
Well, you don't want it. He ain't going, hey, Rabbit, can you reach in there and give me a couple slices? In that whole thing is contaminated.
Well,
You
to me,
just had
see-
an animal reach his arm in a bread sack.
If he can drive a truck, he can reach in a bread sack. To me, it just seems greedy. If I need breakfast toast, I don't eat a whole loaf of it. Can I have a couple slices? That's the reason people don't want to help the homeless anymore. They won't, they just literally, ask for.
I was at the intersection. I had just gone down to damn Kroger, and I had a loaf of bread, and the homeless person was, had his hand out, and I was like, you want a couple slices of this for your breakfast toast? He said, no, buddy, I'm good. He wanted that money.
Yep.
So what I did was later I went to the liquor store, and I come back, and I found him. Me and him partied for like 3 days.
All right.
And he ate toast, too.
Well, Bunny
I made
Bread,
sure of that.
Bunny Bread's got more sense than you do.
Bunny smiled, give the boy a loaf of bread, and continued down the road.
Oh, okay. That's good. That didn't turn into anything bad. He's gone.
He's
Good.
gone. Well, we
Good.
don't know. Maybe the boy was just
How long
scoping
is
him
the
out.
story?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure? You don't
It
look
doesn't
at
say. It doesn't have a page number. I don't know. This could go on for hours.
No,
A few blocks away, Bunny saw a grandmother in her yard planting flowers. She waved and hollered for him to stop. My grandchildren are coming for lunch, she said, and they'd love to have Bunny sandwiches with their soup. Could you spare a loaf or two? These are some damn...
Two? One, how many grandkids she got? Now, I know big family, but, maybe two. It started, first off, don't need a whole, people take advantage of Bunny Bread is what
Bunny
sounds
bread,
like to me.
Bunny too nice for his own good.
Yeah.
Give a grandmother a loaf of bunny bread.
Just one, no.
She eats for a day. Teach
I
a
see.
grandmother.
Yeah. To drive a bread truck,
Yeah.
get a job.
And then she's got a job, and she's got some self-worth, and she ain't just like got her hand out.
I know she's elderly, but she's lived for a while. A little boy, I understand your heart goes out to a child with, dirt all over his face and tore up clothes. Your heart always breaks for something like that. I'm sorry, but an older woman like that, she lived long enough to know better than to beg people for two loaves of
People
bread.
fall on hard times, but,
I know, but
Social Security age is going to rise no matter what anybody says.
yeah,
She may
you wait
just-
and see.
She's
people
planting
like her.
flowers,
Yep.
but she could be working somewhere.
Yeah.
She looks like Dilly Mule Rider, got a weird hat on. Be happy to, said Bunny, and he give her some loaves of white, honey wheat, and whole wheat bread.
That's 3 different loaves. She asked for 2, he gives you 3.
That's government right there.
Yeah.
Could I have this? Sure, I'll give you that and a whole bunch more, and I'll charge Mr. Taxpayer for it.
Yeah,
You didn't even ask
what,
for it.
Bunny Bread's starting to tick me off right about now.
It seemed that every block he drove that morning, people would smell the soft, fresh bunny bread and ask if they could have some.
Yep.
Damn.
I hope there's a moral to be learned at the end of this. There better be.
As he arrived where he was to deliver the bread, he was surprised to see there was no bread in the truck, not even a loaf. And if you can't see this, but he's got his hands on the side that, like Macaulay Culkin, like in surprise and shock. Like, oh.
What do you mean, shock? He sit there and give all the damn bread away. Home Alone, he didn't have no choice in the matter. They left him there.
He
He did it himself. The Bunny Bread deserves everything he gets for this, whatever it is.
What now?
Yeah.
The people were counting on loaves of bread
Well,
for their party later in the day. Bunny got in his truck and started back to the bakery to make more bread.
Well, go back and get what's left to give to everybody. Say you get a couple pieces, selfish, give it back. People paid for this bread.
Oh, well, hold on, Jackie.
Yeah.
Along the way, people waved to Bunny to thank him for the bread.
Yeah.
When they saw he was sad, I can't tell the difference between sad Bunny and regular Bunny. When they saw he was sad, they asked why. When he told them he must bake more loaves right away, they all jumped in the truck and said, "Let us help."
What, they already ate all the bread that they...
If I was him, I'd lock them doors and just drive that truck into the damn river.
Yeah.
And, like, fucking...
Hey, watch your mouth. I understand the sentiment, but you ain't got to say
dance
it.
around the shore and listen to their screams.
What?
Bunny's neighborhood friends all helped bake more loaves of bread for the party. Then they loaded it in the truck and helped him deliver it. When the truck arrived at the house for the bread party, it doesn't say bread party, but what else would it be? Bunny and his helpers unloaded the bread. The people giving the party were so happy that they invited Bunny and his helpers to stay. It was a great party with games and balloons and songs and, of course, many delicious Bunny bread sandwiches.
Sounded to me like Bunny Bread dodged a bullet. That's right there. That's the exception of how that situation would have turned out. Normally, you give everything away, ain't nothing left for the people who paid for it. The people who have the money get it all taken from them to feed the poor ones.
Bunny sounds like Bunny Sanders, if you ask me.
That sounds to me, too. That's what that sounds like to me right there.
So there's a lot going on this Bunny Bread website. That's our website of the week, the Bunny Bread website.
We were supposed to talk about the news and everything, but
go to the kids' corner.
I tell you what, I learned more from Bunny Bread, websites, than anything in the news. Anything Trump said, Bernie Sanders, any of them. Right there, that store, that's a moral to that store. Go to Bunny Bread websites if you want to learn something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can go to our Instagram. I took a picture of the notes we wrote down that we were going to talk about. Trump on Meet the Press, Bernie Sanders not apologizing to Black Lives Matter, President Obama's Spotify playlist,
What?
everybody at the Iowa State Fair.
Helicopter rides.
But I got to say, none of that tops this.
That's what I said, Bunny Bread. Sing out for freshness and for flavor too. Bunny Bread brings it home to you. Bread like you like it for your hungry crew. Baked every day, the Lewis way. Take home a bunny when you shop for bread. That's what I said, Bunny Bread.